Welcome back. Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to meet face-to-face with Russian President Vladimir Putin tomorrow. That will happen at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. Ahead of that meeting, Beijing's top diplomat telling a Russian ambassador that China is willing to work with Moscow to take the global order in a, quote, more just and reasonable direction. Joining me right now is Texas Congressman Michael McCaul, who serves as the ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks for having me.
First, let me offer my condolences. I know your father-in-law, Lowry Mays, passed away, and you were talking about how he founded Clear Channel Communications and launched so many careers. My condolences to you and your family, Congressman.
Thanks, Maria. He's such a great guy, larger than life. And, you know, the telecommunications business, he launched careers like Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity, and just a great person. And I miss him.
Well, I'm sure, and we wanted to honor you for that. I do want to get your take on the foreign adversary threats that this country faces. And first, give us your assessment of what has taken place in Ukraine. It seems like this surprise pushback on the Russians has been real successful. How would you assess the situation on the ground?
Well, the Ukrainians continue to amaze and inspire. This counteroffensive in the Northeast has been very successful. Reports of Russians literally dropping their guns and running away. We are finally, Maria, getting the right weapon systems in there. You know, I urge the administration to do this before the invasion, not after. But we apparently caught up enough with these long-range artillery weapons that are being effective. The more weapons we can send in that the Russians can't stop, the better the chance that they can win this thing.
Yeah, and you had told me a long time ago that the Switchblade 600 will win the war against the Russian Federation. Do you believe that we are going to be getting the proper armament to Ukraine in a timely fashion? Are we now on schedule?
Well, we haven't, but I think we're catching up would be the right way to describe that. And it's a smart technology weapon, systems like the Switchblade 600s that are very, very accurate. It's a one-way mission, but they're very accurate and hit the target. And the Russians, quite frankly, can't stop them. And so the more weapons like that we can put in, you know, early on they were just giving them from Eastern NATO countries old Russian equipment. Now they're getting some very advanced, smart technology weapons that I think are really having an impact against the Russian Federation.
And yet, Congressman, are we doing the same for Taiwan? I want to get your take on China. Here is Secretary Mike Pompeo, who joined me on Sunday Morning Futures on Sunday on the threat of communist China. Watch this.
I see no evidence that President Biden will act strongly on behalf of America when he meets with Xi Jinping. We saw the previous meetings the administration's had with them where they raked us over the coals and we didn't respond. We watched them threaten the Speaker of the House when she just wanted to travel to Taiwan, and we did almost nothing. We watched them shut down a pipeline. The Russians shut down a pipeline in the Southeast. We did almost nothing. We saw Afghanistan. The world is watching weakness.
And yet, Congressman, the administration is allowing the CCP to buy more and more land in America, even next to military bases. I want to get your take on the threat of that, as the Wall Street Journal editorial board this morning writes about China's coal power boom, saying that Beijing is building more coal-fired capacity than the rest of the world combined. Why? Your thoughts?
Well, the Belt and Road Initiative going into 140 countries, by the way, all coal-driven. This is talk about dirty energy. China really pumps it out, and you know, to Mike Pompeo's point, I agree with him. You know, just like in Ukraine, when I said let's get the weapons in before an invasion, you know, why are we waiting, right? So I sign off on all foreign military weapon sales. The backlog goes back 3 years of weapon systems, and there are many of them that have not made their way to Taiwan. And it's an issue that I keep bringing up with the administration, that if we want some deterrence, for God's sakes, you know, send the weapons in that we've already, that Taiwan has bought. They paid for it, and we've signed off on it in the Congress. Now is the time, not after an invasion.
So is this because the administration wants to tiptoe around Xi Jinping? I mean, like you said, They've already paid for it. They've already contracted on this armament, and yet they haven't gotten it yet.
And every time I see the ambassador from Taiwan, where are my weapons? And it's very almost embarrassing, Maria, that we promised them these weapons, they paid for them, and yet we can't ship them over. It's a production issue, and it's a bigger issue we have, quite frankly, in our defense industrial base, a real problem that we have to fix. But I would say it is frustrating. It's frustrating for Taiwan because the sooner we get asymmetric weapons in there, then that provides deterrence. If you don't have deterrence and all you project is weakness, you will invite aggression. And we saw that after Afghanistan in the area where actually Chairman Xi is going to meet Putin in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. That's the beginning of the Belt and Road, and it's also right next door to Afghanistan, where this whole thing started.
Yeah, and isn't it true that the CCP wants to take over the Bagram Air Base, which would be a blow to the United States? I guess what I'm asking is this president compromised? Is this the reason that he's tiptoeing around Xi Jinping? I mean, after all, his new senior climate advisor is now John Podesta. And Podesta once referred to a top Chinese Communist Party official as his friend. This seen in an email from 2015 reviewed by Fox News Digital. Podesta also took several calls from the vice chairman of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference between 2015 and 2016 while serving as the chairman for Hillary Clinton's failed presidential campaign. And Congressman, let's not forget his brother, Tony Podesta. Wasn't he a lobbyist for Huawei?
It's just like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. You can't make this up, right?
You can't make it up.
Lobbyists for Huawei, their telecom surveillance company. I mean, it's their telecom surveillance. And yet you have Podesta's brother lobbying for this. Podesta, obviously very highly close to, high-ranking officials. Clean energy? I mean, really, China is going to be the route for clean energy when, they pollute the earth more than any other country with their coal. And guess, they do make some green energy where Biden lifted the tariffs that Trump put in place on solar panels and batteries. But you know where they make those? In this province called the Xinjiang province, where they commit genocide against the Uyghur Muslims. In other words, slave labor is used to make these solar panels and batteries that we're just going to embrace China over as if the human rights violations don't really matter.
Yeah, and that's just one of so much that we can talk about on how the CCP is against America and hoping and expecting to overtake the United States as the #1 superpower. So I guess the next question becomes, what can you do about it? Congressman, if you get the majority in November, will you become the chairman of Foreign Affairs? Will you become the chairman of important agency committees that we can actually see movement on this?
And one of the first things I'm going to do, Maria, is stop the exporting of technologies that go into China that then are used to build their advanced weapon systems like the hypersonic missile that went around the world with precision and could land a nuclear warhead. We don't have that capability. And you know what? That was built on the backbone of American technology. We got to stop doing that.
Well, maybe it starts with stopping to invest in some of these Chinese companies like the Thrift Fund, which has opened a window for folks like BlackRock to invest in the very companies that may very well turn around and attack America or certainly continue the adversary.
Yeah, you and I talked about the civil-military fusion. It's combined together. I think outward bound cash flows that go into their military-industrial complex and these technologies, which they've stolen. Well, we gave it to them back in the day, and then they steal it. We saw the Houston consulate shut down in my home state because they're stealing all this research. And then, Maria, we sell it to them, for God's sake. This is going to be my top goal, is to stop. Why are we funding the Chinese military, the United States of America? That's a really bad foreign policy, and you know what? It's very dangerous, too.
Yes, Congressman. We're going to be following that, and we will look forward to that. Michael McCaul, thanks very much for being here this morning.
Thanks so much, Maria. Good to be on.